Hi, I'm Michaela and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite aspects of the plant hobby, and that is making a soil mixture. I think it's a lot of fun to mix up soil and just play in the dirt, and that's I think why I like the plant hobby so much. So I don't know, it may not be everyone's idea of a good time, but it certainly is mine. Okay, so, and I'm also, this is just how I do it. And I have reached this recipe through a lot of trial and error, and this is what I have just found works the best for me and my plants and my conditions. So adjust it as you see fit, and I'm definitely not saying that this is the only way to mix soil or anything like that. This is just a mixture that I really like, so do what works for you and your plants. Okay, so the first thing that I like to use is Fox Farms Ocean Forest soil, and you can find this at a lot of garden centers, and I'll also link all of these things that I'm using. So yeah, it's a soil that I really like. I've also used it on its own and had pretty good luck with it, but I find it works a little bit better with some amendments. Okay, we have a moment of silence. The next thing that I like to use is Coco Chips, and I get the expandable kind. You can also use like orchid bark or reptile bark for this. It just gives the plant roots a little bit of something to grab onto, since the plants that I like to collect are epiphytic. They like to climb trees in nature, so in my head it makes them feel more at home. I don't know, I could be wrong, but it also just provides a little bit more drainage. And then the next thing that I like to add is perlite, and I really like the really coarse perlite. I think it might be size 4, but I accidentally got a smaller size this time, but I think I might actually like it better. If you've ever ordered a plant from me, you may be familiar with my giant perlite. It's like, the pieces are like this big, but I find the plants really like it, so, and it's just fun to have something a little weird, I guess, for me anyway. I don't know. But it also just provides a little bit of extra aeration and drainage for the plants. If there's not enough air getting to the roots and they're too densely packed in the soil, they'll probably start to rot if you give it too much water. So I just like to add a few things in there, and I think we've probably all started out our plant journey with that really dense big box store soil. I don't know if I should say any brands or not, but I think we all know what I'm talking about, that just is really dense, and you don't have to water plants for like weeks at a time because it just holds on to the moisture. But anyway, and there's some other stuff that I like to add too, usually some horticultural charcoal, and then some other stuff I sometimes add, not all the time, are mosquito bits for fungus gnats, but I am a notorious underwaterer, so I really don't have issues with fungus gnats. And then also systemic insect control granules, so that'll help with things like mealybugs and thrips, not spider mites, unfortunately. But yeah, those are just a few things you can add in if you'd like. Okay, so I start out by putting in soil, and I fill up whatever container I'm using about halfway full with the soil. So then I fill up the container about a quarter full with the cocoa chips or bark or whatever you're using, and then the other quarter is perlite. And you can just adjust this as you see fit, depending on whether you overwater, underwater, what kind of conditions you have your plants in. So when I'm planting things out in the greenhouse, I usually go a little heavier on the soil, just because they dry out so much more quickly than they do in my house. And you don't have to be really exact with this. Plants want to live. I say this all the time, but there's more than one way to take care of your plants, and I don't think they need us as much as we would like them to. So if you put a little bit too much perlite, you're probably not going to kill your plants. If you put a little bit too much bark, you're probably not going to kill them. So there's really not a wrong way to do it, is what I'm saying. So then you just go ahead and mix it up, and I would wear a mask while you're messing with perlite. You can also rinse your perlite. Personally, I only rinse my perlite when I'm propagating in perlite by itself. I've heard people say that it'll turn to like concrete if you get it wet in your soil. I've never had that happen. And I'm operating a 14 by 24 greenhouse with hundreds of plants in it. So I think if it were an issue, it probably would have presented itself by this time. So it'll probably be fine if you don't rinse it. If you want to be extra careful, go ahead and rinse your perlite. Probably nothing bad will happen. So yeah, there's a good chance that it'll be okay if you don't. And I don't measure the charcoal either. I just put it in there. It's not an exact science. If you want to make it one, this is probably not the video for you. The plants are just kind of fun for me. They're something I don't have to worry a whole lot about, and that's what I love about them. So, and you can store this mix for a little while as long as you don't keep it like too soaking wet. I wouldn't keep it for an extended period of time though. I always have to repot something, so I never have that issue. I always have not enough. But if you make like a ton of it and have extra, you can store it. Just I wouldn't store it for like months on end, or it'll probably, soil does go bad, and also it can get like mold and algae and all kinds of gross stuff in it. Not that algae is really like a bad thing, but I just wouldn't keep it for too terribly long. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you do differently or the same in your soil mixture. I would love to know. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you liked this video. And we're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers, and that is so exciting. And just thank you guys so much for watching my videos and caring about me and my plants and my dog. And it's been an interesting adventure. And you guys have been so nice too. Like, I was really gearing up to get a lot of internet hate, and you guys have been nothing but kind for the most part. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.